Hello, everyone. Mm-mm-mm. I got coffee on my tongue. I got it. Give me some coffee on my tongue. Woo, woo, woo. Hello, everyone. We're gonna do two things today. We're gonna put some protection on this thing here. Oi, Craig. What up, man? I'm definitely winning on the shoe game today, Craig. I'm beating you today, buddy. There's no coming back. This is the KO slipper right here. That is the KO slipper right there. That is the one that makes me the American footwear champion. I'm gonna put me a couple bits in a couple places. But yeah, before I put this box in this vise, I am gonna go ahead and do the right thing. Do the right thing by it. I started this yesterday. So let me put you in a position. Where you can see. Yesterday was Patty's Day, and I didn't get a chance to do my impression. Did I? I don't know if that's that's terrible. It's terrible. I know it. It's terrible. I'm gonna cut that bad boy in half. They are crooked as all get out, so we're gonna remedy that too. Put the backs together, and that's gonna let us get a 90 right here in this corner. Now that we've done that, this corner is matched, so we got two 90s. The only difference we got between these two is that little bit. That ain't enough to matter on what we're doing, so we're not going to bother with that. Look at you. Back to coffee land. Now, what else must we do? Let's see. Okay. There's our wrap. Oh, check it out. What are they? These are my orange blossom Crocs. My wife and I are of the age where strawberry shortcake was a thing. And strawberry shortcake had like one friend of color, and that was Mrs. Orange Blossom. And that's what my wife wore for Halloween, for her whole costume. She looked just like her. Yeah. And then afterwards, she never wore them again. And one day I had to come down to the shop, and I saw them laying next to the door, and I slipped them on just to run down. And I was like, oh my God, these shoes are everything I ever wanted in a shoe. I'm gonna occasionally do that, just drop a terrible accent on y'all from time to time. I apologize in advance. It is my way. Here's another thing that happened is I'm using this leather. I'm going to use this leather to wrap these. And then I'm going to put them here on the vise. So I've got some protection right there. Now, my vise has these little screw holes where you can put a little nut through. I don't think I'm going to bother with that. I'm going to just try to glue these on here and hope the pressure does enough. We'll clean it off real good before we put the glue on. I think I'm going to just use, I would like to use contact cement. However, I don't have enough. But I do have tons of epoxy. Second thing we're going to do today is put a brass pin in this so that when the top is shut, that'll lock right there. And then we might put another coat on this. We might not. We might just go ahead and put the finish coat on it. It took that oil pretty good, but I'm eager to get this out. He's been waiting for these items. Oh, woo! I almost slipped out of there. Get back in your box. Get back in your box. And then we also got to do something up here. We didn't ever put any oil or anything inside, so we got to do that too. A brass pin. Hey, Bradley, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Unlike my uncle, couldn't make it to my graduation. Heart surgery. You have heart surgery all the time. You only graduate once. I think I might need to calculate. Where's my wood? Wait, here's one. Is it? Here's the other. How do I lose stuff that rapidly? It's a talent. It's a skill. All right, so we're not just gonna do that. We gotta figure out something here. One, we can get a little further. We drop down below those two things there. So we could do that, but should we do that? That adds a cut to our leather that's already pretty thin. No, I'm gonna just stay right at the top. I'm gonna just stay right at the top. Top that son of a bitch. Sorry for cursing. I just am ornery. I always will be. X is for the one we're not gonna keep. Oh. Somehow, like magic, that's exactly how. I'll slice that bad boy right in half and we'll use it like that. Use it just like that. Turn you around the wrong way. Sorry, but if you want to see until my technology advances, this shall be the way. Don't do this. This is not the right way. Please. For heaven's sakes, never do that. Never do that. Never do that. Never do that. Bonk, 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 boom, 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 boom. You never see me, never money. Shout out to Luther Vandross. All right, what we need now is some sort of platform desk type thing, Bob. All right, we'll get up. And we will get right here. Sorry, I'll have to lift you a bit, darling. There you are. All right, amongst the other things that we need, what we don't need is this jig. I'll hang that on the wall in its happy place. And we'll put these things away. No suspenders today. I got on sweats. I mean, I'm not necessarily stylish, but I can't go that left. You know what I mean? Cannot go that far left. I'm going to be fairly light duty on this thing today. Let's see. I think you can see right there, right? Awesome. So we're going to move stuff to the side. We're not going to do a full cleanup. But what we want is these and this to be together. So I'm going to set them up like that. I don't have a proper like marker or anything. So I'm going to just agitate the leather itself, this little pencil, in the hopes that the obvious lines will give me enough of a guideline. That seemed like it worked out. Seemed like it did. Give you a little bit lower perspective if I can. And then we're going to do this with the old we got epoxy, cause epoxy always helps us out in. All right, enough of that singing. All that unnecessary joy. What a joke. I'm sorry. All right, so we got basically some quick set epoxy, and we're gonna put some tape down just like we would on the other desk. The great thing about all of these things is they're approximately the same height. All of the ones that are on casters are exactly the same height. So, yes, we can pretty much work and use any of these as a workstation or an assembly table or whatever else. Said me, you're the winner of the prize. I should do more than that. I should do more than that. Now, I don't know if epoxy and leather are perfect bedfellows, but I've had some success with it so far. Y'all can let me know in the comments whether or not this is the wrong thing to do. Ugh, who else is in here? Pump up the jam. Okay, Ja. Kevin, what's going on? I'm good. I'm good. My day is going great. That necklace is pretty creative, brother. Appreciate that, Bradley. Appreciate that. We all about that here. A bunch of unnecessary opulence. You know what I mean? But fun. Hi there. What am I working on? Okay. A couple of things. This is often how it goes here. I am working on currently, I'm getting ready to put some pads on my vise so that I don't keep pinching up my wood. And I'm putting basically a little leather on it. And hopefully what that's going to do is sort of soften up the situation on the vise pinching up and damaging wood. And I think that'll work great. The other thing is I think I need more epoxy. I think I need more epoxy. Landed face down like Uncle Luke. We're going to make 2 batches, I think. I want to be a little generous because this has to get into that fabric and I want it to get in there good. Okay, but there was a box we made yesterday. I couldn't show you guys because my internet is weird right now. They're working on the lines. They're also working on the lines today. It might go weird today as well. I do not know yet, but we'll cross our fingers, you know. Hope for the best. But yeah, we made a box yesterday, a gift box for some knives we made. These are carving knives, kind of micro carving knives, in fact. And we need to put a fastener on that box. And I think I'm going to do a brass pin to go through it. And we're sort of set up for that, but I have to put the box in the vise for it. And I'm not going to pinch up my giveaway box. So we got to do this first, and then we'll get to that immediately after. Immediately. There's not a whole lot I like less than epoxy on my hands. And I just came over here with no gloves. No glove. May have better luck gluing the finish side and letting the flesh side be the grip side. Oh, now I read it. Ugh. Ugh. Did put it on pretty thick though. Let's see. I got some weight around here. A little bit. In order to get them both, I'm gonna have to separate that though. Fortunately, why don't I have a, no, I was about to say, well, I got a knife somewhere. Like a glove. Shout outs to Runic over there in the chat. Y'all haven't seen Runic's page and his shop, you're missing out. You're missing out. So how's your day going, Kevin? I'm gonna let that sit a little bit that way, pressing in, then I'm gonna flip it one time. Boom. Let it press in that side like crazy. And then we'll just hope it dries decent. But this is quick epoxy, so it shouldn't be but a minute or two. Meanwhile, good time to get a cup of coffee. So yesterday when I was building the hinge for the box, I'll show you the box in the meantime. Yesterday while I was building the hinge for the box, which is just a piece of leather, I tried it at first with super glue. And man, that super glue just started smoking. Like it immediately got hot and just started smoking on that leather. It made it crazy hard though. That's got to be useful at some point for something. So I wonder if we can just pour super glue on it and get a different thing. Kevin says he's doing great. The weather's finally getting nice here to get some fishing in. Oh, nice. Where's here? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? The creek in my backyard just keeps getting higher. And I was able to get like pull like 6 or 7 not 7, 5 or 6 fish out of that creek the other day in about an hour and a half on the live. Little bitty brim though. But if they set up some little spawning beds and stuff in there. What kind of fishing you doing, Kevin? That's about how much patience I've got. Let's go ahead and put it, look at it. Yeah, what kind of fishing you doing, man? Oh, I hope that was gonna just slide off like butter, and people will go like, "Oh my God, your knife is so sharp." But nope. Not what happened at all. Good. Have to do some sharpening. I'm gonna do it like like the guys, the chefs on TV, all dramatic. Like they move stuff and specifically place it like real hard. Hey! 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 Crappie and bluegill. Oh, I love crappie and bluegill. That's some good pan fish eating, my friend. Get you turned around a little bit. Get where I'm going, not where I'm been. You know what I mean? Not where I've been, fam. Now, what we're also going to need to do is stick them on this thing like the fat boys. Stick them. Ha, 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 stick them. I want to get these just ever so below or right at the edge here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, too. That will be good. All right. We're going to have to epoxy these two as well. Stick them on. We already cleaned it off with alcohol. We'll go ahead and drop it down for a sec. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. Ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum. Ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, dum, dum. Ba-da-dum, dum, 369. Oh, one time. Nigga, gonna give it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low, get low. 369, raspberry wine. What's he talking about? Who's he talking about? Ugh. From the window to the wall. Do I got double stick tape? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Daggone, Runic, you saved the day. When it gets a little warmer, I'll start catching stripers. Oh, my God. Stripers are like my little dream fish. I've never caught a striper. I want one so bad. Runic, you asked me about double-sided tape, And now I'm realizing that I have several double-sided tapes. What? Dude. Smart. Smart, 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 smart. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about it. This one in the red is finished. This stuff right here is like super thick. And then I've got carpet tape. What say you? What say you? I've got carpet tape over here in the box. Maybe the carpet tape. I think the gods have decided for us. I believe the gods have decided. Dun, dun, dun. Weird. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, someday, how you doing? Maybe my oh, maybe this thing is going out. Let me just take it apart. Give you my regular old mic. I'll do that because I'm not sure. Maybe this thing is weirding out. It's one or two, and the first one already kind of blew up. But that's okay. Nobody's home with me today. I can yell and shout. So now we got a nice leather insert. Fantastic. I feel like that was a worthwhile little upgrade. Let's get our actual work. Bring it over. Haven't I been good to you? Bring it over. Haven't I been good to you? Each time when you leave my heart. Oh, love it. Love it, West Sussex. Fantastic, mate. You've once again completely blown us away with your skill set, mate. Here's a small mistake. I don't know if you can see it or not. My jaw on this side is a little too far back. I usually have a piece here, but now I don't. I need to move this forward a little bit so that I can get all the way to that edge if I want something over that side. That's a quick adjustment we can make. Please grin and bear it with me. It'll only be a moment. Why did I go back to Lord of the Rings accents? Why? All right, I got a Phillips head screwdriver bit that I need. I should have about 1,000 of them over here. Open up my box of magic. Get myself some stuff. Open up my box of magic. In case these times get rough and then they get tougher than you ever seen. Harder than the steel beam. But I'm still rapping, singing the song. With no smokes. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just scooch that over just a tiny bit. We are also locked in underneath, but that one can be adjusted ever so slightly. I'll unhookify it. Scooch him to the edge. Scooch is a term that we often use in building things. We have to scooch an item or two upon occasion. So what I'm going to do is try to line that up as perfectly as I can with that edge so that I can also have the edge of my bench as a slight assistant in that circumstance. So these are drywall screws. They will sort of tap themselves. If I can keep it straight and don't grab weird grain, then I might be all right in just letting this one sink itself without starting a pilot hole or anything like that. Hopefully. But I'm trying to have this thing in place. Absolutely. So I'll just try to push that screw in with my finger like a boss. too much more than that. We're going to tap the back hair. Woke up this morning. Got yourself a screw gun. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is take these out so I don't wreck them. Some toolage. Just going to take all this out of the box while we work on the box. With Desert on a budget. So I did that so that I could do this. That way I can get a direct visual down on the top of this box. And now you can too. Hope you can see enough of my box. Phone is about dead. I'll check back in later if I can. Have a blessed day, everyone. Okay. Look at like a little bean. Oh my gosh. What are we talking about in the chat? What are we talking about? All right. That was a weak throttle response right there. I'll tell you what. I'll make sure I'm drilling in the right thing the right way. Boy, you're looking at a made man. I'm gonna hit right there. Looks good to me. Notorious. Notorious. A little bit to the left. Interesting thing about what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to even check that until I'm done. I'm not even going to check it. I'm going to just progressively get a little bit bigger until I'm done. Go slow. You don't want to break nothing. You don't need to go particularly deep here. In fact, it benefits us not to go deep here. We're going to put a little tape on this one so that we can control our depth on this last one, because this is the one that matters most of all. Oh, here's the tape. Welcome back, Craig. Rip a little piece off there. I think that'd be plenty deep, right? Maybe. Yeah, that'd be plenty deep. I'm gonna go right there. Make a little flag. And this should be the size that we want for the pin to go through. Hopefully this is exact. So I'm gonna hold this nice and tight through. Oh, big old crack. Oh, definitely a stupid crack. Let's hope we can repair that. Super close to our edge. I'm thinking if it's on the back side, we can pop some super glue in there or something, some CA glue. Sounds fancier when you say CA glue. Let's see if our rod is. Oh, we gotta go even bigger. Jesus Louises. I don't know if we got one. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what lines up thickness wise the most. You can't always trust the backside like that. Doesn't always ring true. That looks like about my best candidate. Oh gosh. Let's get a battery. That battery was starting to go. I do want that slow drill. This drill is my weakest drill, but it's also one that cannot really get away from me. If that crack were to happen with something that was rotating fast and furious, I would have had a worse problem. Look at these two. That one's definitely bigger. Let me do this one first. This one I'm not even going to bother trying to cut in. I'm going to put that at a... No, I can't put that. I was going to put that at a slight angle so you could see it better. But I don't want to risk not going straight. I can orient a little bit better. There's a way. I'm going to drop you down a little bit. Get you a little bit closer and closer. Deeper and deeper. See it flexing? comfortable. Still not there. Let's see if that'll fit in it. That won't cut more. It's gonna want to tear out that little piece, though. I can already see it. What I am gonna do though, real fast, is adjust for this. Because we have to be smart the whole way, and sometimes we gotta pause one task for another, so that we don't ruin what we're working on. I'm gonna let this box stay open for a second in this orientation. Just so I can apply some CA glue right here and make that stronger. That needs to happen. Fortunately, this is catching it early, and this is on the inside. We should be okay. But I'm not gonna mess around too bad with it. Make sure that plays. And what I'm gonna do is just saturate. Nothing else is gonna squeak through, kind of the way CA glue will, and just seal itself into that situation. So I'm gonna just do that right quick. Make me a little fake squeegee. Try to manage it. Now, we want strength here. We don't want to just put the activator on it to get quick results. We want actual strength in this thing that we're doing. So, and the CA glue reacts pretty quickly with wood. This wood is pretty dry, so it takes a second. But the moisture is usually what triggers the CA glue and wood to move faster. Meanwhile, coffee break is the fun. You know what? I could put some stain in here while that dries. Not stain, but linseed oil. Got a box of rags, shop towels right here. And this is a boiled linseed oil. It's about all I ever really use over natural wood. Because it's good, I don't know. It's just kind of a standard. And I really enjoy the results of it when I see the wood transform. It doesn't add a bunch of color. It almost does the same thing that the wood looks like when it's wet or damp. It just brings out the vibrance that's in that grain, whatever that grain is. about out of it. So we'll have to get some more soon. I think I'm gonna experiment with a mix that Mr. McCall put me on to. I'll reach out to him and see. As you can see, this stuff does change things. And this is a wormy chestnut right here, and on the other side is a cedar. So I think our glue, our CA glue, is probably activated. I'm gonna put some gloves on for both of these things that I'm gonna be touching. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Got a couple of things going on today, but this is the primary one this morning before I jump on and start doing something else. I might be building this deck today. I might be chainsawing it apart, weather permitting. We're still not fitting, but I think this last bit is going to be our one. I think it's going to be our one, but we want to protect our wood from it. Let's see how it goes. It's done being sticky. Should be able to put these back together. This is nervous work. Let me use the device I got. I got a real tendency to just grab stuff by hand and hold it like that. I guess it's from all these years being in the trades. Don't wish me luck. Oh, so close. So close, so close. Oh, this is so... gonna be like microscopic, the difference between this hole. It's gotta slide in and out easy, but it's gotta also be a good fit, a snug fit. We're almost burnishing inside of there now. But we're starting to get in there though. I wonder if with the Dremel, if that happens to be anywhere near one of the sizes of one of those things, if that would help. I'm so close, I don't think I want to. I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna just rotate it. Oh, very good. Wait, listen for it. Very good fit. Oh, that's perfect. All right, we need to make a mark on that now so that we can know where to catch that. Let me see. I'm going to use a needle file for that. Put my finger there. And then I'm going to make that mark distinctive. Now I'm going to take the same bit and I need to put it in a piece of wood. Let me see if I can find something. I need something that's gonna be good looking and match that and be strong. That might work. That might work. have a Forstner bit that might be able to do that. Let's see if I do. Where are my Forstners? Oh, okay. Doggone it, I had one the whole time. Well, it's a blessing, not a curse. All right. So now we can take this box out. Let's see how deep that is again. There, so we need that much from there. All right, so now we have a cutoff point that we want. Let's mark that with something a little more distinctive. We got some Sharpie over here. And we can take that out for now. You can go ahead and lock that in. And we might be able to do something here. No, I think I'm gonna just go with the grinder. I was gonna do something else, but I'm gonna just go with old school. This thing works splendidly. So, let's get the boiled linseed oil out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. All right, we can take, we don't need the Forstner bit box here anymore. We don't need this extra battery over here anymore. All right, let's go ahead and cut this thing. We're gonna cut it this way, not that way. We can see better this way. Double check, make sure we got nothing flammable over here. And we're gonna go ahead and plug in. Again, if something goes weird with my feed, you know, sorry. YouTubery. Trying to give you a better view, y'all, that's all. Hopefully I didn't put any metal shards in my coffee, but now I think I'm gonna not drink it anyway. Pretty warm. We're gonna shave off a little excess shardage right there. Force it into this piece. I am gonna try some CA glue. Some CA glue saturation there. Real quick. Like this. And I need a mallet, I need a mallet, I need a mallet. Can you believe it took me that long? So that's there. Let me grab some sawdust off camera real quick for this. It'll help that settle up. Don't exactly know why that's the case, but it does help it set up quicker. Just compact some sawdust around it. We'll sand all of that off here in a minute. But we want that to hold, no pun intended, super tight. Because we got stuff to do with it. Can't believe I was frantically looking for a mallet just now. All right, so that worked. We got that on that. We'll see what I'm putting together here in a second. Hope. Let's go ahead and put this back where it belongs. may continue to put stuff on things. I'm going to try this other microphone. Y'all can tell me whether or not you hear me. So, what of it? Can you hear me or no? This is starting to cure up. It's not completely cured up yet. We'll move this, and we'll put our bits back where they should be. That way we keep the shop from being so doggone messy all the doggone time. Bits for the bit box. Boom, 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 boom. Super glue over with the adhesives. Needle file amongst its peers. Loud and clear. Appreciate that. Is that Crab? Crab Castle Forge. Yeah. Awesome sauce. I appreciate your family. My internet has been so choppy with the work that they're doing outside. I don't ever really know when I'm trans, of a better word or term. So I appreciate that. Sometimes I might have to lean on y'all until I know. So I appreciate you letting me know. All right. Over here, I'm just putting away some drill bits. I don't have my camera 360able just yet. But I'm working on it every day. Trying to get things a little bit better. Visually, it's a working shop, not a whole lot of a studio. But, you know, working on it. A lot of the efforts here are towards the video side of things. So what I'm hoping to do here is create a cool little pin, right, for that box. Once the CA glue is all set up, and I believe it probably is. I'll show you. And of course, it's not going to be a big, crazy block like this, but if I can get it. Yeah. Like that. Like this just slides in there and locks that box in real nice and tight. And I'll cut it to whatever length, it serves that the best. But I'll do that. I'll put a little taper on the end here so it'll go in nice and smooth. Same for the inside there, that side diameter. I think I need to put a little taper on it so when it goes in, it'll catch. But for the most part, I think this is working out pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find something that'll give me a little manual taper right there that won't be so bad. We're going to see what we might have amongst the Dremel tools. I think one of these stone tools might be the ticket. I think that might be the ticket. And I'm gonna put it on this drill. And the thing about it being a stone tool is it's gonna go slow in terms of removing material on wood, but that's good. But it's gonna put a little bevel the inside of that opening. Because it's conical shape. But it's not going to open it up on the inside. Just giving it an easier passage. Easier passage overall, I think. Let's try it. Worked perfect. Now we just got to figure out the depth we need and cut off what we don't. Uh-oh, wait a minute. There we go. I'm going to have to keep doing that till I get it a little bit cleaner and tighter. Let's see what that depth is. The depth is where my finger is. And then we'll need it to be just that depth. Because I don't think I want to go much deeper. Could, but I don't know that we should. We're going to go ahead and start cleaning that up too. I think we can go ahead and cut some of this off. We can cut some of it off. Let's go back down to our drill. I appreciate y'all just hanging in there with me, man. Sometimes I have to figure this out as I go. And sometimes it ain't, it ain't always the smoothest of sailings. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. I really do. This I'm going to cut off. Move some of the stuff off this bench. I don't know which one of these is going to do the best job, so I'm going to start with the big dog. It's quick work. Wasn't too bad. We will continue. Got a couple things under my feet. I apologize. We got a button. Let's see what we can make from it now. All right. Getting better. Hello, this is Wes.
Hi, good morning.
Did not sound like somebody I knew. I think that's nice. Let's see how it fits into our box. Not like that. So we got quite a bit that we either need to go in. Where is that bit? Oh, we put it in another. We put them all back in the box. But what about that force now? That's what really worked. That's not back in the box. It's right here. I really don't want to cut that pin. Is a problem. I really don't want to cut that pin. What if I just snap out of the bottom of the thing? Let's see what we got. We still got to cut some. I don't think there's a way around it. Getting in there. Plenty deep. I don't know. That's only about a ½ inch further. Let's try it again. Definitely better. It's going to be tough to figure out how to hold this while I cut it off with the grinder, though. I'm going to leave the cutoff piece in the vise. And then that way, while I cut that off, it'll still be good. I saw it slipping too. Saw it slipping. Let me cool that real quick so I don't overheat my epoxy. Spray some water on it. Take a little of the sizzle out. Come on. Come on. These are always difficult. Sorry. Add some drama. Let's add some drama. bad. Yo, Mr. McCall, what's good? We're working on your stuff today. Working on your stuff today. We turned ourselves a little brass and wood button. That's a first. That is the latch for your box. I don't know which I'm prouder of, this or the box. But man, it's a nice snug fit. I love that detail. It turned out just the right size. It clears the bottom of the box. So, yeah, I am happy about that. I use this wood. I don't even know what it is, but you sent it to me. I'm going to go ahead and put this on top of the vise here. We'll put another coat of linseed oil on this. This will be ready to ship out, bro. This will be ready to get out the door to you. I am glad that you're excited about it. I don't interact with very many people quite as knowledgeable as you about this stuff, particularly the wood that you come across. So I'm glad that you also have some appreciation for it. This is the only second application of linseed oil. This stuff soaks it up pretty good. This is because both of these woods are very dry. This is cedar, and then this is the American chestnut. And then of course there's some walnut, some purple heart, just accents. And that little button was just tip of the iceberg. That makes it so much better for me. I was really concerned about figuring out how to come up with a unique way to sort of make that happen. I'm also bummed my cutting isn't so great. So I'm going to try to make that a little neater. It's looking a little better. I think I should have cut this with scissors in the first place. That's not bad. It could go either way, couldn't it? So while I got you here, we got this one going in. I'm just putting a little more linseed oil on them for the trip. And then we've got this one going in. I put a little bit more on this last night. Your mix is definitely compatible with my mix, so you could definitely put your own finish on it, which I think is probably going to be better. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think all of these could use your finish. This is pretty fantastic. Every time I move, I lose. I recommend. Every time I turn around, back in love again. Right back in love again. It's alright. Seems like I'm back in love. Feels nice. I took this grit up to 220 before I put my oil on it, and that's it. Thank you, Kevin. What did I use for a hinge? Oh, let me show you. I used leather. I I really like the idea of the leather hinges. It's pretty simple in concept, but as you can see, it's strong, it's functional, it keeps the alignment perfect, nice to the piece, and you know you can set it on it. And because everything in here does fit in there super smooth, it's not a lot of rattles, not a lot of moving around in there. So I'm not as concerned about the pieces getting damaged or anything like that in shipping. I may put, a little bit more something in there in the packing, but for the most part, these should be all right. I don't know. I just feel like that little pin is classy. Never made anything quite like that before. That is fine. So that's where we're at. That's what we got. I thank you for everybody who did do a like on this or anything like that. I appreciate that, Kevin. I'll be trying, man. I'll be trying. Um, I'm gonna get out of here, start moving or grooving again, work on some other stuff. And I appreciate everybody. Look, let me. I appreciate all y'all who came out, hung out with me. Um, I am trying to up my game. I really want my presentation of the stuff that I build also to be as good as things that are in the boxes. I want the boxes to be equivalent. So I'm just trying to do better and better, and do the best I can. I appreciate all the help, all the encouragement that I do get from you guys, especially you, Mr. McCall. I appreciate you a great deal. I didn't want to send you back wood you were already familiar with. I mean, I know you're familiar with these species, but I wanted the build to be the thing. I knew I wasn't going to impress you with the wood for all the stuff you've got access to. But I hope y'all have a great day and have a good time. And I hope you enjoyed this. I might do a little shorter something on it. I don't know. Funny, it kind of looks like a Pokemon. If Pokemon had become a woodworker. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll let y'all later. Wes does it. You know what it is. Peace.